twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Caught in Two Minds podcast. Hey. What's really going on?
Yo.
Welcome to the podcast. Caught in Two Minds. Huh? Fitty just won the Masters. He's all fired up. He's got his green jacket. Anyway, enough. I'm E. Marshall. That's Fitz.
Hey, what's up, people?
Welcome. We're falling. We're falling. Arsenal hosted Brighton and come away with the loss 2-1. Another flat, slow, unenthused start to a match. And let's get right into the lineups. What was your thought? Xhaka was at left back. Was there anything else we can do? Was that the right decision?
I'm gonna say teetering on the edge of just second guessing my manager.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just I think managers get stuck in this veterans, people I can trust over some energy. Like he had a decision. Like last game, we came out flat. So if you want to go with kind of more energy and something like that, you probably leave Xhaka in the middle of the pitch,
right,
where he normally plays, and you put somebody like Nuno out there.
Right.
And even though I hadn't thought of it right away, but I mean, it's not crazily out of the realm to say, hey, you know what? I'll play Saka back there, at least maybe for a game or something, just to keep things settled until I can get in Nuno's head for another week and just make sure he's all his head's right. And now I'm going to play you,
Well, yeah. I mean, that's where he started playing.
Yeah.
Saka. That's where we came to love and, see him play. He started out, he was playing right back, left back. He was always in those positions. I don't even think that's definitely an option. I think you play Nuno again. It's Brighton. And like I said, Nuno is going to get the blame for last game, but I don't think it was all on Nuno. Crystal Palace, they came ready to play. Their crowd was hyped. The atmosphere was hyped. And they just put it to us. They were physical. They were big, black.
I think fans get very comfortable.
And it was just so easy to blame
one person.
Right. And, and Gabriel, he hasn't been, he hasn't been playing too well. And it could all be because of fatigue. And your biggest complaint with Arsenal since I've known you is squad depth. And it's rearing its ugly head. It's coming back and biting us in the ass because Gabriel looks tired. Tierney's falling, he's gone. Mm-hmm. Partey got hurt again. You're just playing the same team week in and week out. And, it's biting us in the ass. But you don't play Xhaka at left back. You don't. What you can do is you can put Cedric over there, and then you can bring in Holden, and you can put Ben White at right back. You can do it that way.
You can
just be done with it.
You can run your three.
Well, you can do 3
wing backs.
Right.
I mean, which you ended up kind of doing towards the end,
right?
Of the game. But
go ahead.
I just, there just other options, and just I kind of thought that he even came to the conclusion by the way he'd been playing in the last few, handful of weeks, was he's too slow to rely on him to cover defensively.
He's not gonna offer anything for the team, and you're taking him away out of his position.
Yeah.
Like you said, his pace is It's not good enough for him to get involved. We like our fullbacks to kind of get involved and push forward. He can't do that, or it's a gamble at him getting back. But the thing is, Partey's already out of the midfield.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Your rock, your solid veteran, he's already gone. So you need Xhaka to kind of cover that role and that responsibility and be in the middle of the pitch.
Yep.
He's played Cedric over there. If he didn't want to play Nuno, he's played Cedric over there. And we know Ben White can fill in it right back if he has to. Or like you said, if he's going to do the 3, whatever. But
you could do the 3 and play wing backs, and then you don't worry about the fact that Xhaka's playing on the right wing back. He can kind of play that position. That's something he can do. So, and you ended up doing that with Martinelli at the end of the game. You were playing him at a wing back position. You just made strange decisions.
And the whole big thing coming into this last final games was this young team. These young players going to crack under pressure. But to me, it's looking like Arteta is, as far as some of the decisions he's making, as far as him not having a team ready to play in these big games. Did you watch that Liverpool Man City game today?
Wow.
Fools running around like their hair is on fire and the world's coming to an end.
Yeah.
That frantic, just doing everything they can to do something and win that game. And you see the way we come out and play the last 2 weeks. It's, that's a knock against him. And how bad is man management, Fitz? Like, how about it? Like,
I just don't get it sometimes. Like,
put your arm around Nuno.
Yeah.
Tell him it's gonna be all right. You have confidence in him. You took him out in the first half of that one game. You haven't played him in months. You throw him back out there. Yeah. It's like, dude.
Yeah, and he tried to kind of embrace him in the media, but then he still kind of threw like a shade to him where he was just like, so of course he was affected, and and it's just like, dude, don't do that, dude.
There's no need for any of that.
Leave the kid alone, and talk to him behind closed doors, and just make sure that you ensure him that you trust him, because you have to. Whether you do or not right now, you have to sell that story, because you signed him. He's a guy we're counting on now.
Exactly. Like, you bought Nuno in to be Tierney's backup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we need him now, and you're not even putting him out there.
Yeah.
And the track record, that was always my fear. He doesn't have a track record. He's never coached at a big club. This is his first time to do it. And the only track record that I see that he has is his man management is awful. Aubameyang, I hate to bring up his name because people get mad, but he's scoring goals for fun at Barcelona. Sure, some people say it's an easier league and people score more goals. I don't think so. But Ozil, Aubameyang, hell, Nuno now, Guendouzi. The list goes on and on and on. And these players, Torreira.
I'm not even judging on the fact that I think Torreira's a decent.
He's starting week in and week out for Fiorentina.
And the fact that I hear other teams rumored are interested just tells me that the kid can play the game, man. I saw him play in Uruguay last summer. He could play.
Right.
He could play.
Yeah, that's another name. Saliba, he's not ready. And it just goes on and on and on. And it's like, I think, these Arteta sexuals, whatever you want to call them, they gave this guy the benefit of the doubt before he had earned anything. And basically all I see is him, having these run-ins with players and not knowing how to bring them back into the squad. He doesn't bend an inch. Aubameyang's got to get out of here. They don't get any money for him. It's like, if you're Stan Kroenke and you think about all this money that's just leaving for, I don't know, dude. Anyway, I'm sorry, I went on a little rant, but his man management is a joke. And
I'm going to come in with one theory just so people,
go ahead. Because I got another one to go on top of this.
So just follow me down this road real quick. But I'm going to say, is there a chance that we've overperformed? So we have some hopes at this point of the season that realistically we probably didn't think we would have had. Nobody in November or even December or January even thought we'd be battling for top 4.
Right.
So things have gone our way by hard work, by playing good at one point, things like that.
There was a nice little stretch where we played some pretty good football. Yes.
So, but they made a decision over in that break in January to sell Aubameyang, to let Maitland-Niles go, to let Reece Nelson go. I mean, these are just the guys that we did have a hand on at least 3 months ago that we could have at least just kept the team fortified.
Right.
Would I be worried right now if that position was open? Maitland-Niles could play left back or right back. I don't know. You could put him at either one. And he would at least fill in. He would at least fill in, and we wouldn't be worried.
He's done it. Arteta's already done it. That's why we won the FA Cup. He put Maitland-Niles was back at left back.
So I'm gonna defend the Abba thing just because I was done with Abba at Arsenal. And I'm not going to say that what he's doing in Barcelona is not great. That's cool, but I think Abba was done at Arsenal.
What I'm saying,
in his own head, he was done at Arsenal. He wasn't producing anything.
I hear you on all that. But
hold on real quick.
Go ahead.
Just a quick, I'll finish it up real quick. So he sold for the future. He didn't sell for top 4 this season. This is a gift to him to be here right now.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
The moves he made are for the future. My thing that hinges on is this summer, do they splash the cash on a striker because they just got rid of $300,000 off the books? So
whoever, right. No, that's a good point. It was this is just basically the cherry on top. We're fighting for 4th. It's more experience for the young kids to learn what it's going to take, all that, the process. But the moves they've made kind of go along with what you're saying. They were saying, we're really going to try for next year to get top 4 and to do all that. But we went on that little run. So I get what you're saying. You're saying. My whole thing with Abba is, there's man management, you gotta, come on, talk to him. I don't know. You got to do something, because how is Xavi, the coach of Barcelona, getting this out of him instantly? Like, how is he coming to another league, new players, new system, and hitting the ground running like that?
Yeah.
And the thing with us, he stopped playing them for damn near a whole month before he left. So we didn't know if all we remember was he was missing sitters and he was playing like shit, but he wasn't playing for a while. He was training by himself. Anyway, the point is, if you're Xhaka, I was going back and forth with some dude on Twitter, I forget his name, but if you're Xhaka, do you sign to stay with us? If you're Martinelli and Liverpool comes knocking and, they're offering you down the middle, striker, whoever, do you stay? And what are you staying for? And at some point, are you going to get into a tiff with Arsenal, with Arteta, and that's going to be it? You're going to be in the doghouse? Who knows? I don't know.
That is the worry. Those young guys right there. And I, like, more than any of them, I get worried about Xhaka.
Me too. You can see it in him.
His face.
Nobody
see his face sometimes.
People are kicking lumps in him. Nobody's having his back. Nobody's, we don't have an enforcer out there to put it back on the other team. And anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, man. I for some reason he knows how to get in their head sometimes that distracts them. but I don't think he always knows how to get in their head to just motivate them sometimes, because
he clearly doesn't the last
like
2 weeks.
Xhaka was very frustrated at the end of the game when we were talking about, but I do remember one where he was on the left side and he had worked himself into space and he was just waiting.
Right.
Now, the point is that if Xhaka is the man on this team, which everybody would agree, you don't play around with
the ball.
If he's got 10 feet of space, you always give it to him immediately, because he's going to make the right decision. Because he's going to make the right pass, or he's going to take the right shot. Exactly. We have to treat Xhaka like the star he is.
Like Man City treats De Bruyne. Exactly. Every chance they got him the ball. And he worked his magic. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There was a few times when Xhaka was just waiting on it and he never got it. And they let a lot of time go by in the first half without even trying to get him going. That should be their number one priority. So
I just think the thing I would tell Arteta to me is that he has a vision of how he wants to play, but I'll continue to ask him, like, go down your personnel. Can you play exactly like that?
Right.
Or do you need to adjust a little? I don't know what the adjustment is. You're the pro. You're the guy with all the experience and knows the X and O's, but I'm just telling you, like, it can't just be the same setup when we just lost really kind of like two of our anchors, Tierney and Partey.
Right.
These two guys are kind of like, they hold our shape. They give us confidence to go forward because we know we got it covered in the back, you know? Mm-hmm. That, like, you just lost important personnel. Now, can you just go out and play the same way, or do we need to adjust?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And part of that adjustment should be Nketiah. Damn.
Well, yeah, let's get to it right now. Another thing, back on Arteta, dude. Stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
Laca, after the Crystal Palace game, it's like, okay, I gave you your chance. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking he went 2 games too far on that. And Nketiah comes in and hits the post like 3 times or yesterday or some shit.
Yeah.
And the game before, and Crystal Palace, I think he hit the post a couple times. So clearly he's chomping at the bit. He just needs an opportunity. And why did you keep him? You know, why didn't you let him go to Crystal Palace? Why did you keep him? You know,
I mean, really at this point, because of what we need and what he needs, because it sounds like he's gone in the summer.
Yeah, he's leaving. Yeah.
So put him out there. If he throws in 5 goals in the last 10 games, like, his value goes up. You make more money.
I think his contract.
We need that anyway.
I think his contract's up. They've already blown some more money.
He's expired?
I think so. That's why. I think so. I don't know.
I mean, I can't put all that on Arteta, man. But that's just. I mean, even if you put it on Edu, but it's the team. The team has a history of just awful business about their players and how they sign them and get rid of them. It's awful.
But for him to take off Martinelli, look, he's choking. Arteta is choking.
Yeah.
Who did he take off? He took off somebody before Laca. He didn't even take Laca off.
Nketiah was the first sub that came in for Martinelli, right?
I think so.
He came in for Martinelli, and when Nketiah was checking in, it was so early. I was like, great. You're going to give Nketiah a good run at striker, because it was kind of early. I was like, he pulled the trigger early on him. He brought Martinelli. Right. You brought him in for Martinelli.
Right.
So dude, I can't figure this out.
Weird shit like that. Plus you got Odegaard, who just got lost again in the midfield like that. When he has to play deep or back, kind of, it's like, whoo, shit, where is he? ESR is exhausted and crocked. You can clearly see it.
Running and sometimes getting the ball.
Always makes the nice little cut and the nice little move. He's fun to watch when you're watching the game on TV, but they never pass him the ball. Like, he'll make a nice little cut or a nice little run. He never gets it. Yeah. So, and that's what Odegaard is supposed to be doing. But he's probably thinking like, okay, well, shit, I guess I'm playing the Partey role, so let me just kind of stay back here and I don't know, do shit, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just
I'll distribute from back here, I guess.
right.
Like
So
whatever.
it's the whole thing is weird, but the most disappointing thing was the way we came out. There's no sense of urgency, like because you can grind in these games. You
Yeah.
can grind, keep it tight, nick a goal. You can make it hard for them to score.
We've done a lot of that this year.
Right.
Like earlier in the
One
we've done a
nil,
lot of that.
exactly. But the lack of energy, the lack of a plan going forward, and that could be because of Laca, but he really made a big mistake playing Laca again. Now, of course, our next game, Southampton, he's going to play in Nketiah. Watch.
But you know what? I mean, like even like when you were talking about them just tying it in with the man management. He did he brought Nketiah in, didn't take Laca off. Right. He brought the next two guys in, and Laca didn't come off.
Laca played the whole game, and
that's what I tweeted out, and I just said this dedication to Laca is just.
Is it because we don't know who the vice captain? You know what I mean? Who? It can't be something that's stupid.
It can't be silly ass captain shit. Number one,
but I'm just saying.
But you know what I mean, though. Like his commitment, like this is another one where it's kind of like this whole like
he's stubborn.
He's on the edge, so he took Martinelli off. The energy on the pitch,
right,
in lieu of a veteran that he can trust will be in the right spot, probably. Like maybe.
Why won't you?
Because he's not fast. But you know what I mean? It's like your choice was keep energy, bring Nketiah on, and add more energy, replacing Laca. No, you're going to slow us even more down. Take Martinelli out, put Nketiah out of position. It's just
why won't he let you play all the kids at one time? Why won't he let Martinelli just play down the middle? Like, isn't Laca a better option off the bench late? If you need somebody, a veteran, a crafty veteran who might be able to slither and get you a little poacher's goal or something.
That's what, yeah.
But I
if
mean,
you can bring a Laca in when the defense is a little tired, now they're playing at his pace. Right. Now they're playing at his pace. But
so I mean, it's just weird. It's weird. And you just you see the way Martinelli plays, and sure, he can play out wide, but he's more of a head down, I'm gone, and when you're out wide, it's you're not as productive as you can be if you're right down the middle with his pace. To me,
I mean, I'm
because he's
ready and willing if they would like to do that, or Nketiah. Either one.
Oh well, yeah. I'm just saying. At the start of the game, when I saw it was ESR, Martinelli, Xhaka, Odegaard, I'm like, oh wow, this is the future, And then it was like Laca, and it's like, okay, so they're gonna ESR and Martinelli, they're gonna be doing some kind of weird thing in their positioning. It's like, I don't know.
And my thing too, like, let's just say this real quick about the summer. Like I said, if he's sold, if they're making moves for the future, and this is just a lucky spot that we're in right now,
right?
Then that tells me we got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
experiment. Throw Martinelli up top. Even if it means, starting Nketiah up top and bring Martin and move Martinelli in up top and switch and you could try it back and forth a little bit and just like test it out. But like
they're all interchangeable.
Like, it's time, dude. Like it's time. It's not time to suck back and start getting all conservative and play possession ball. No, we have to attack, dude. We have to go after games now.
You think about the way we played. I know we lost that Liverpool game, but that first half against Liverpool, or the way we played against Man City, the way, the press was on. And that could be, go back to your, squad depth and fatigue. That could be because, they're young, they might have some lumps. They're a little fatigued. But, now is the time. Now is the time if that was your goal. But like you said, maybe it wasn't.
Right.
Maybe it wasn't. But I tell you what, if it wasn't, we better get eighth again. I don't want to go to the Europa League. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get to so one of the big decisions in the first half was the VAR. incident that took 25 minutes, I think, for them to come to some kind of conclusion. What were your thoughts on that? Was that a goal by Martinelli?
I thought it should have been good.
Yeah.
Of course, I say that I'm going to say that being an Arsenal fan, but
what else are you going to say?
But to me, here's my take.
Inconclusive.
I couldn't tell which foot was which.
Right.
On the picture. So for feet, I couldn't tell. The only other thing that was offsides to me was maybe his forearm or whatever. But that's not a piece of his body he can score with.
Right. Just like that Raheem
Everything
Sterling
else
today
was onside, I thought. So I'm just like, I don't understand why it can't be onside. But then, the whole to turn it over, we've gone over this so many times. Really? Like you found a reason to overturn what he called.
Right.
Why did it take you so long then?
You saw the line when they showed that one replay, the lineman. He's looking right down the line.
He's right there.
And he didn't even budge. He didn't even
flinch.
He didn't even act like
I'm leaving that good. It's good.
Right. So to me, it was we got hosed. It was just a poor decision. It was inconclusive. The reason why I know it was inconclusive because it took 15 minutes for you to make the decision, and for you to take that amount of time and then change it, that's bullshit. And that's all I'll say about that before we get up out of here.
That
was a huge moment in the game. It was going to be 1-1 going into halftime. Maybe we could have,
And like the cruel gods, there was a call not long later in the second half where they had a VAR situation that they looked at for like a half a second and said, no, it's good. Don't worry about it. Oh, I think it was on a penalty, right? Or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember, but
yeah,
there's always like an example where you just like, what?
I know.
I
know
10
what
minutes on that one, but you only spent 30 seconds on this one. It's good. Let's go. Wow.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about, but yeah, some of the stats: 20 shots, 4 on target, 65% possession. Anyway, he better get this shit figured out quick. So we'll end it with this, like we always do. Can we get top 4? We got Southampton. Then we got Man U. Oh, excuse me. Then we got Chelsea. Then we got Man U. So Saturday, Southampton. Wednesday, Chelsea on the 20th. And Man United on the 23rd. Yeah.
Anybody see what the scores of our competitors were? Chelsea and Tottenham won by a combined 10-0.
Chelsea aren't fucking around anymore. The Arsenal Twitter, we always make fun of Tottenham, but they hired a manager with a track record.
They did.
It's starting to come to form right now.
And you can go look at tapes in the past and say, like, okay, this is how he likes to play. This is what he tries to do. Like,
but he understands how to get a team, going
focused,
together at the right time to cross the finish line. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see
he'll bench somebody because that's not what I want on the pitch.
Right. He'll bet against his own team. He doesn't care. Anyway. That's going to do it. All the love on Facebook. We appreciate it. But head on over to YouTube and subscribe. Help us out. And that's all I want to say. Thanks for tuning in. I don't think I didn't even answer. There's no way we get top 4. No way. We're a stone falling in the sea.
Yeah.
I just hope we fall out of the
I'm going to go back to 3 months ago. Like I said, hey, just top 7 is the whole goal.
I hope we don't get top 7. I hope we come in 8th again so that we can come in next year, play one game a week.
We need the Europa money.
Kroenke's got cash, dude.
He won't sign any extra money over. He's got to see it coming in somewhere.
He's taking money out of the club so he can feed the Los Angeles Rams.
That defensive line, he's got to feed them. They're hungry.
Anyway, peace out, everybody.
Peace.
Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that?
Thank you for tuning into Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcasts, at Guna Rush, and at eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.